Nobody's life is as perfect as it seems on social media. Like कोई कितनी भी dalgona coffee बना ले or whatever, it's not as smooth as it seems on social media.
I can't imagine having to wake up one day and see that Instagram has been banned.
Oh my god, this is a very scary question. I don't even want to think about this question.
How we need to create awareness around it, and it's pretty high time. मतलब अब नहीं करेंगे हम इसके बारे में बात, तो हम कब करेंगे?
Everyone's on a rat race to be seen, to be heard, to influence.
Being a social media influencer is emotionally taxing because consistency is the key rule and the work-life balance is a myth. A niche yet rapidly growing industry, recognition and growth is what influencers seek, which often sidelines the mercurial psychological imbalance that comes with the business.
Constantly delivering on social media is definitely stressful because everyone wants to be an influencer. The constant pressure of creating, the constant pressure to be consistent enough, the constant pressure to be better than what you have posted yesterday.
Oh yes, it does lead to stress 100%. I have 4 different platforms for the past 3 years that I've been making content on every single day, and I haven't taken a single day's break, believe it or not. And over the years I've had breakdowns where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore.
Plus, you're constantly thinking about it will be well received by your audience, if it will work as per the Instagram algorithm, and if it's gonna reach your expected engagement level.
It is this place which has affected people's mental health badly as well. You end up comparing your journeys with somebody else. You know that some other person is being super productive maybe during this pandemic and maybe you are not, and you just see people's pictures, कोई यहाँ गया है, कोई वहाँ गया है.
It leads to self-doubt, it demotivates you, and everything, it makes you insecure and so many other things.
So there's literally no point in comparing because you don't know what's going on in my life, I don't know what's going on in your life, because like as I keep on saying that yes, social media is a lie. Nobody is posting their failures. Even if people are trying to talk about their failures, it's also very concocted.
Inflammatory comments and off-topic messages are not atypical, particularly to Indian women on social media. More often than not, influencer business is mistaken for just faff, completely blurring the hard work of the creator.
From conceptualizing the content to creating looks and finally delivering it on my Instagram, it takes around 2 to 3 days.
Now, if I'm shooting a YouTube video, it 100% takes time, or a dance video, because I have to first choreograph, then I have to figure out the location, the costume, and the song edit, which is extremely important, and then the entire promotion as to how will I promote it on all my different platforms. So it takes at least a week.
My journey of influencing began about 4 to 4.5 years back on Instagram. Before that, I had a blog called Thank God It's Fashion, and I still go by that username. So my blogging journey began by writing about my everyday looks. It's been extremely inspirational for me, at least, because I really started from the bottom, and throughout these years it has actually evolved in terms of the quality of content, in terms of the type of content, in terms of how you present yourself on social media.
I started my journey about 3 years ago when I was in Dubai, my hometown, and I uploaded my first ever YouTube official video on Kala Chashma, and it went viral. It blew up. It crossed 2.9 million views, and then I was known as the Kala Chashma girl in Dubai.
Social media is our workspace, and there are times when you have to deliver. You have a certain timeline to work upon, and you have to deliver. And even if you're not feeling your best, you have to go online, putting your best face forward and post content. And there comes in a troll, and they try to attack you or throw shade on you.
Just the fact that you can get away with it largely because you're saying it on the internet, I don't think it really makes it any better. And because आपको कोई accountable नहीं hold कर रहा है, said that there's a difference between critiquing someone and harassing someone.
And as much as we say that it doesn't affect me, but it does. It really does, because you never really know what a person is under all of that.
That's where your conscience is supposed to hold you back, right? And because you wouldn't behave like this if you would meet that person in person, like face to face, then why do it online?
Now, in the lockdown, anyways, everybody's mental health is gone for a toss. And it's so sad because we would think that this is such a tough time and everybody would be more compassionate towards each other, but the trolling and the hate has just increased manifold. Like, hate like this, I don't think me or any other creators have experienced like we've experienced in the lockdown.
Social media is critical to modern day business strategies. It is the new blueprint for brand endorsements, promotions, sales, and advertisement. And each platform brings its special attribute. But the recent ban on TikTok has shaken this craft for many companies and influencers alike.
Obviously, we all are sad because for many new creators, this was their only source of income. And for us, someone like me, I loved making content on TikTok.
When we talk about social media and mental health, there are a lot of things at play. You can use your voice, you can raise your voice, you can just create your own platform, you can say anything that you want, which can be a good thing, but
Millions of creators losing their source of platform overnight. I mean, I can't imagine having to wake up one day and see that Instagram has been banned, because it's just like a regular job.
It definitely affects the millennial generation, anything related to social media, because they are literally born on it. Like for us, we grew up playing games outside and this and that, but they are born on Instagram and other platforms. Their lives are attached to these platforms, which is what makes it scarier for a lot of us.
But it also teaches us a lot about the difference in survival and thriving. So why thriving is important? It's of course because you can thrive anywhere. I live by a quote, bloom where you are planted, and if you know how to thrive, if you are a creator, you can create anywhere.